Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, for our Patreon cast, it's going to be Reynor versus Spirit here on Altitude. Top right, going to be Reynor. He is our former world champion, and the bottom left, it is Spirit. Not a world champion, but man, he's an excellent Terran player. This is a long macro game from the ESL European qualifiers for summer 2023. And it's going to be a Patreon game for those of you who support me at patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. I really do appreciate every single one of you. And if you're watching this the week of June the 2nd, 2023, I appreciate you. I love you. And if you're watching this after that date and you're not a patron on patreon.com/FalconPaladin, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm here 5 or 6 times a week with StarCraft 2 content. Alright, so Reynor hatch first in it. No attempt to block here on Altitude. A nice snowy map. It's a how, not a hatch first. It's a command center first play. Here from Spirit, the Polish Terran player who likes nukes, who is very good with ghosts, who's very, very good at late game TVZ. And I feel like he's going to give Reynor all that he can handle here today. Yes. Alright, so how are things going in your neck of the woods? Hope things are good wherever you happen to be. Man, I hate it when I cast Patreon games when I'm a little bit under the weather, because then a month later it posts on YouTube and more people watch it and they're like, oh man, if you're sick, I'm sorry. It's like, oh, I was sick a month ago. I barely remember it now. So yes, I am sick. I'm casting this on May the 31st, but I hope to be better by, you know, June the 28th or whenever this thing comes up. So I'm fine. A little bit scratchy throat, but busting through it, resting, drinking plenty of liquids, tons of water, you know, taking some cold medicine. I'll be all right. But yeah, I know I say this a lot, but Terran players, sprinkle in a command center first opening against Zerg every once in a while. Don't do it every game, because then people will figure out what you're doing and punish you. But if you do it once every, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 matches, there's nothing the Zerg player can do to stop it. They have to blind counter it with a pool first play. Nobody wants to do that in 2023. Anyway, Reaper on the way. This Reaper is submitted by a subscriber like you named Robson Hermes. The Reaper name is Joey. Cool. He is a Reaper that, being not able to shoot air units, ended up making friends with Terry the Overlord when they met during their scouting duties early in the match. They even sometimes have some beers together. Wow! Look at this guy, Joey the Reaper, making friends with Terry the Overlord up here. Terry the Overlord merch available at FalconPaladin.store. New Robert the Zealot shirts available at FalconPaladin.store as well. Be sure to check those out. As well as Steve the SCV shirts. So if you're Terran, Zerg, or Protoss, doesn't matter. We got merch for you out there at FalconPaladin.store. And just StarCraft 2 branded t-shirts as well. Third CC starting pre-3 minutes. Yes, yes, yes. Reaper's not going to do anything? Ah, well, all right. Robson does want to clarify that he's a Brazilian watcher, but he's living in Germany. That's fun. How are you liking Germany? Probably a bit colder than your home country, as Brazil is much closer to the equator than Germany is. But, you know, you got a ton of bratwurst in Germany and, like, sauerkraut and stuff that... You know what? Actually, I understand that Brazil has a lot of international food available. So I bet you got tons of sauerkraut and bratwurst and stuff in Brazil too, if you know where to look for it, right? Some really nice, authentic food from other countries. That's one of my favorite things about America, is that we've got food from all over the world. You go to any major city, and you've got Thai food, Chinese food, right? French and German food, and it's Brazilian food. There are a couple Brazilian grills available in the Salt Lake City area that I love going to. Churrascarias. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. Ethiopian food, too. Ethiopian restaurant opened up. Actually, not too far from where I am either. I haven't gone, but I want to. The food looks really good. Great stuff. I know that's not just an American thing, right? I know there are plenty of other countries that enjoy food from other countries, but it's one of the better things of living in the time we live in now is food variety, right? Like, that's not something people 1,000 years had access to. You had access to the food that you have now. I guess sometimes traders would bring back, like, spices from other countries, and maybe they'd bring back some different dish ideas and stuff. So, anyway, I'm going to stop ranting about the state of food in the world, because we have a little bit of a Hellion push Do we have an armory? The answer is no. So these aren't going to be Hellbats, which means the queens are going to do just fine here. No problem whatsoever pushing this back. So I am curious to see what Spirit's going to do to try to take Reynor to late game, because Reynor is the better player according to the Aligulac rankings, but Spirit, like I said, he's very good at late game TVZ. Liberators, Ghosts, Siege Tanks, Marines, Marauders, Medivacs, Banshees. He uses all of the pieces very, very well. It could be very tough in the current meta, right? As a Liberator shows up and escapes. Oof, escapes with all of 0 kills. Right, the current meta is that Terrans are doing really well against Zergs. Especially late game. Like, I don't know. Ultras aren't that great right now. Too many answers to Ultras. They made the model smaller, so they're not stepping all over each other as much and blocking each other out. I thought that would help more than it did, but it didn't seem to. Look at this Reaper. He's going to get 2 kills. Look at this guy, Joey. Joey the Reaper, 2 kills. Looking good, man. Oh, hang on. Get out of there, Joey. No, you're actually not a priority target here. Oh, now you kind of are. Get out! Nice, 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 nice. 5th base on the way from Reynor. 3rd base is landed from Spirit. This is how you respond to the fast third, Zergs. Get a 4th base, man. Did I call it a 5th? It's a 4th. This will be the 5th. And a Ling counterattack. Trying to maybe, oh my gosh, getting into the natural would be a huge... That's why there's a supply depot out here. This is a creep tumor for Spirit. This is letting him know when Lings show up so we can lift this wall. Lift, 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 lift. There it is. Creep tumor providing advanced notice, and it's going to die just like a creep tumor does. A little more expensive than a creep tumor for sure, but it did its job. Yeah, Liberator, Bunker, pretty good combo dealing with Lings, although Liberators don't kill Lings all that quickly, but this is better defense against Lings offense. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense. You want to make these Lings come home because they're worried about this little push on the front door with Hellbats, Marines, Medivacs. Our guy Joey's still in here. He's got 3 kills. Banelings exist. I don't have to. Oh, just finished the upgrade. Is there enough here? What was that? Something just killed 3. Is there a Liberator setup? Either way, defense here on this base a little bit easier now that Banelings have speed. Reynor's going to set up for a full surround on this group. They're going to be dead in about the next 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, everybody dies. What doesn't die gets picked up and evacuates. Zerg players, take notes. That's how you deal with a position like that on the edge of your creep. Come from all directions. Backside, front side, bam. You can deal with it. Much easier than just trying to come from the front side the whole time. Surrounds are good in StarCraft. Always have been. Little drop down here at the 5th base. These Marines do have +1 attack and stim and combat shield and stuff. And if they had all been attacking that hatch, they probably could have wiped it out before the Lings showed up. Trying to drop back in here at the 4th base. No. Not allowed. Unloading inside the main. This is why you have creep spread in your own main base. So you know when the guys show up over here. Try to kill a couple tropes. Nice target firing. Try to get a queen or something. No. Not really, but still alive. Zergs are fairly uninterested in making spires recently against Terrans. We don't see them very much, whether for Corruptors or for Mutalisks or for Broodlords. There's just... Everything's very ground-bound lately for Zerg players in ZVT. It's just a matter of they're just, you know... Corruptors and Mutas could be dealt with by Widow Mines, by Thors, by Marine groups, by missile turrets. There's just a lot of answers to those units that Terrans have. So Zergs are just like, you know, Lurkers, Banelings, maybe some Hydras in here. Little Infestor play, maybe. The guy's on the ground. Rough look. Rough look there. 4th base landing from Spirit. A little bit late, I feel like, but, you know, he's got this drop on the other side. Does not pick off a queen. Wow, she gets out of there with all of 2 HP. Banelings arrive, pick up, flee, and, dude, unload and kill that queen. Unload and kill the queen. Tried to do that, but Banelings, no, absolutely not. 4 drones did die, which is, you know, better or nothing. 1-1 upgrades for both players. Hive on the way. Obviously, we saw that. Marauders being added into the mix. Adrenal on the way. 2-2 coming in from the Zerg players, Lings and Banes. Maybe we will see Ultras based on this upgrade path timing here. Yeah, Vipers in production and a Ghost Academy on the way. 2 Ghost Academies. Just kidding. 1 Ghost Academy and a Barracks on the way. Will we see nukes? No guarantees, but it's on the table now, ladies and gentlemen. Like most StarCraft channels, I think YouTube reports that my sub base is like 98.3% dude. So not many women are watching these, but some are. And that's cool. Everybody is welcome to the StarCraft channel for the Falcon Paladin. But yeah, Adrenal game changer here. Ghosts major game changer here as they are in that production tab. 3 command centers at a time coming up from Spirit. 1, 2, and 3. Couple tanks, not going crazy with them though. 7 tanks exist. For defensive high ground positions, it's a good place for them. Trying to use them in offense is tough against Zerg these days. They will probably die. Reynor expanding right side. I like that. A little bit aggressive from him. Yeah, left side and right side. Double expanding too. Trying to get a Ling Bane attack into a position with high ground siege tanks is, we're going to say, difficult. Raider's maxed out. Spirit is effectively maxed out at 192 supply. Both players effectively maxed out. Liberators, wow, okay. Not great control there. Trying to chase down some Vipers, but getting parasitic bombed and then killed by Queens. Right side, Spirit's base. Maybe waiting for those Vipers to come in and give him some abducts, but the Vipers kind of got chased away, and maybe this is a better base to attack anyway. Wait for that to upgrade to a planetary, and then Baneling bomb it out of existence. That's what we're here for. Burrows on the way from Reynor. Gotta love a good burrow. And yeah, gonna force a cancel on that planetary. And a liftoff and an evacuation of 4 of the SCVs. That's pretty good. Command center gets those boys out of there. Zonlinga Watchtower right side held by Zerg, which is good vision to have here. Any kind of an attack comes up that right side, he'll know. Left side coming up. Creep tumors are basically Zonlinga Watchtowers too. Zerglings are like, we can take this fight. We got 2-2 and Adrenal, man. Let's go. Vipers cruising in. Blinding Cloud on a tank that's going to die anyway. Big, solid attack here. Left side base of Reynor is dying, but I don't think it really matters compared to the death of this base. Enough Banelings to actually Baneling bust this? No. The Banelings are chasing the Marines out, and they're not enough to take down that planetary. I think that might have been a mistake. This group wiped out the left side hatch, and oh, then what happened to them? They were doing great. They march up. Oh, man, that went rewind way too far. Let's see if any ghosts die. 0 ghosts have died. Blinding Cloud is up. Yeah, this group's doing fantastic. Oh, Banelings, I bet, get them all. Yep, still cruising through, and then they just kind of... that. They kind of... that happens. Siege tank, yeah, picking off some Banelings. 6 kills on that guy. So this planetary is alive with 23 kills. Is that a mistake from Reynor? I feel like it might have been better for him to wipe out this planetary than to kind of chase a bunch of stuff off creep. Yeah, he got some kills there, but enough is the question. I don't know. Spirit down about 30 supply here. Right side base of Reynor is fairly vulnerable. Is expanding down the right side again, though, because this is altitude. This is a map with a ton of bases on it. Big, big macro-style stuff. It's a good Zerg map that way, right? You lose a base, you can retake it. You lose another base, you can retake it. Like, you're not stuck. You're not stuck with certain bases you have to take, or else you're just going to die. There's nowhere else to go, you know? Cloak on the way. I think that's personal cloaking for the ghosts, not Banshee cloak, because we have not seen any Banshees today. The icon is gosh darn the same, though, isn't it? Did he cancel that? No, that finished. Okay. All right, a little under the weather. Attack from all 3 sides again here. Well, for the first time, I guess, the Zerg player. At least down here, Ghosts getting jumped on by Adrenalings. They pull back, let the Marines deal with it. They're in a planetary fortress dead. Yeah, this base is not having a good time. Reynor's plan seems to be denying this 5th base of Spirits while he takes about 6 or 7 bases. And then he'll have the income required. He's not actually taking down the Zonlinga Watchtower. He killed the cooling tower. Then the Zonlinga Tower dies. Then you get rid of the rocks, and then you can expand here. But he's just like, nah, I'm going to put a hatchery here. You got a long distance mining. Right side base of Reynor dying, but again, Reynor re-expanded left side too. So it's a weird map where you can kind of just lose bases and you'll be okay. Because you can, again, replace them. There's a lot of places to go. Spirit doesn't seem very comfortable going left side and right side, and Reynor's very comfortable expanding left side and right side. Ling, Bane, Hydra into the house. Vipers too. Big swing on in here. Is there enough Zerg to overrun and kill? Blinding Cloud means the tanks die again. Tanks getting overwhelmed here. Planetary, hold on. Barely, yes, holding on. This is an orbital, 5th base. It can lift against Ling and Baneling attacks now, which will keep it alive, sort of. I think it might have been okay anyway. But 177 to 130 supply. Reynor is continuing to march on in and wipe out the Terran player. But we have seen several games recently on the channel. I guess recently for me, maybe not recently for you, because this is a Patreon game. Again, for those of you who support me at patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. There's been a lot of TVZs where the Zerg player dies on an offensive attack, where they're on the other side of the map, they've lost too much, they don't have the economy to remax. Spirit, or the Terran player has too much for the Zerg player to withstand a counterattack, and they tap. So, yeah, this turtle play that Spirit is pretty good at, just kind of allowing the Zerg player to wander in here and throw away Banelings off creep and not get a ton of value for those guys, but Planetary down. That's humongous. That is something Spirit did not need right there. Like, losing that 5th base, not as big of a deal. Losing the 4th base, massive. Dude, these Adrenalings with 3/3 Cracklings ready to go. They just wiped out that whole Marine group. Okay, so Reynor's just sort of putting on a clinic here, right? His resources lost are 27,000. It's 25,000 lost for Spirit, and that's a GG. All right, man. So, Reynor gets game 1 of our sneaky twofer here between these two players. Curious to see what we get in game 2 from their series they played at ESL Summer European Qualifiers. But yeah, that was Reynor just kind of putting on a clinic, wasn't it? He ended up killing 41 SCVs, 2 planetaries, 2 command centers, and that's a lot of dead stuff. That is a lot of dead economy for Spirit, and Reynor lost 9 drones and a hatchery. And almost lost 1, kind of, but also not really. So, excellent play in there from Reynor, rebuffing a lot of the early harassment pretty effectively, and then just keeping the pressure on, doing the Zerg wave thing, the swarm style, over and over. Had the economy to support it, because he's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bases. You know, casually on 10 bases, as you can do on only maps like Altitude. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's see what game 2 has in store for us. Maybe Spirit can perform a little bit better. I don't know. Let's find out. Game 2 of our sneaky twofer is here on Babylon. Bottom right going to be Spirit. Top left going to be Reynor. So Reynor feeling pretty good about game 1 there, that's for sure. I don't think Spirit ever posed a significant threat to him in game number 1, but every game is different. So no proxies from Spirit, no SCVs out on the map. Just, you know, a standard 1 Rax Reaper timing here. Well, Reaper expand, right? Right. Okay. So, again, check out our merch at falconpaladin.store. You can support me by hitting the join button down below, which just means you'll be supporting the channel for as little as $1.99 a month, which is very, very cool indeed. A lot of you people have done it so far, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Hatch first from Reynor. What else are we going to do? He could pull first here, so we do keep an eye on that. But yeah, Spirit not command center firsting this time. Getting the racks, getting the gas, getting the Reaper out a little bit earlier. I guess the reason he kept the Reaper at home in game 1 because it wasn't going to show up in time to really get anything done anyway. Because it was late, because the command center was first, and then there was a barracks, and then there was a Reaper, whereas now it's a Reaper and, well, then the command center, right? Right. At least that's how it should be. Let's see. When's this thing posting? Well, I'm pretty excited to go see Into the Spider-Verse tomorrow. I loved... Wait. Is it Into the Spider-Verse was the first one, and Across the Spider-Verse is this one? Can't keep the name straight, but very excited for a new Spider-Man movie. If it's great, I'll go back and I'll take my kids. I think they like the first one too. So, I don't know. It's getting some good buzz here. And by the time most of people hear this one, the buzz will be pretty clear whether it's good or not. And I hope it's good. More good Spider-Man is always a good thing, in my opinion. So Reaper moving out. This Reaper is from longtime subscriber Yannick Dufil. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, man. I apologize if I messed it up. But this is James Reynor. For the crime of having the same name as the most hateful traitor the Dominion has ever had, countless citizens have been brought to the court and sentenced to the Reaper program. He says this name also works for Reaper groups because it's a good point. James Reynor is not exactly a crazy, weird name. And the Dominion is huge. Oh, look at him blocking the third. He's trying to make... Oh, this is beautiful stuff, man. He's blocking this base with a Reaper, blocking this one, or with an SCV, blocking this one with a Reaper. That's killer. But yeah, like, the Dominion is countless worlds of billions and billions of people. There's going to be someone else out there whose name is James Reynor. Oh my gosh, gets a drone kill. And how bad is that? Like, most wanted person #1 is your name. Like, Mex is petty enough to probably put you in prison just for the crime of having the same name as James. So third base is late, man. That's a 3-minute third from Reynor. He wants it closer to 230, 245. So that's a victory from a Spirit. Yeah, see, getting that Reaper out earlier. Nice. Killing a drone, too, while he's at it. Look at James get some stuff done. Starport and a third base on the way from Spirit. Any sign of a Roach Horn from Reynor? Any early aggression planned here? No. Just droning his little drone Zerg face off here, isn't he? I reckon that's what he's up to. Marine patrolling, trying to see if there's any overlords flying into Terran territory. The answer is no, surprisingly. Has an overlord already died? No. Why are they not sending overlords across? I guess he's worried about Vikings. Just losing that first overlord to a Viking really does kind of suck. Banshees. So no Banshees in game 1, but Cloak Banshees in game 2. And there's no overlords to even scout this. Ooh, this is interesting. This could get some work done. Yeah, it's element of surprise stuff, right? Banshees aren't in every TVZ. If they were in every TVZ at the same time, then every Zerg player would be ready for them. They'd never get anything done. But if you sprinkle Banshees into your composition every so often, then yeah, you can get some work done with it. Zergs aren't going to prepare for them perfectly every single game, because preparing for them when they don't show up is a waste of time. Also, one thing I did want to mention about game #1, Reynor really made the ghosts bad, right? Oh my gosh, there is an overlord over here. And he did poke it and scout it. Oh my gosh. Oh, let me just get... There we go. Yep. Okay, that's hilarious. Good job, Terry. Get out of there. Save your own life, friend. Hellian's trying to pick off creep tumors. So yeah, in game 1, ghosts weren't good because it was so many Lings and Banes that you don't... Like, sniping them doesn't even really help. You know? There were no lurkers to snipe. No ravagers to snipe. It was tough. No ultras to snipe. So, it was a good play from Reynor. Third base going to land here from Spirit. Overlord still hanging out in this dead airspace. As long as there aren't any Vikings, he should be fine, but I assume a Viking will be produced shortly. Did Spirit give up? Oh, no, he's still got the Banshees. And they've got their cloak, so heck. Let's pick off some of these queens at the edge of the creep. Why not? Queen down, Hellion down. But they recognize, oh, there's a little bit of extra DPS coming from the skies here. Whoosh! Man, Queen dying to fire is not something you see a lot, just because Hellions and like Hellbats aren't particularly great at killing Queens. Amazing. Overseer pops, and yeah, the Banshee is no longer going to be engaged in direct battles here. But instead, try to pick off drones here and there, pick off a couple, are they going to bother with Lings? Maybe not. Fourth base on the way from Reynor. 12 o'clock-ish position. One on the way from Spirits, Marines, Marauders, Ghosts. Creeps spreading. Are you seriously trying to take down these rocks? I think the Zerg player wants that too. Oh, see, now there's spores. See, Reynor knows. Reynor knows there are Banshees afoot. How many scans do you want to sacrifice to kill these tumors, right? That's the question every Terran player has to ask themselves is, do want to use a scan or call down a mule? Because every scan is about 1 mule, which is like 320 minerals that you get for free. Yeah, Ling's Bane's Queens. I mean, we're not surprised by anything Reynor's doing here. Infestation Pit on the way, right? His timing on the Hive was... The Hive was just for Adrenal. There really wasn't anything else he was doing with it. The Infestation Pit was for the Vipers, but he didn't need a Hive for that, right? Yay, free tumors! They're not even burrowed yet. Rawr, get in there. Centrifugal Hooks is done. So the effectiveness here, not very good. These guys checking for reinforcements, not really finding much, but setting up to go for an attack again from 2 sides. Reynor has a pretty decent idea of what he's doing, doesn't he? Okay, here goes nothing. Scans, sees this army position, tries to pick off a Baneling or 2 with his Banshees. Oh, out, dead. Overextended a little bit there. And that one makes it out with no kills. Quite sad stuff. Can Spirit get in here? And the answer is yes. It's just a question of how much you want to lose in the process. Is he countering with this? Dude, there are tanks directly shelling your fort. No, the Queens! Come back and save the Queens. But now there's tanks firing on... Alright, is it time to go? Sort of. Not really. Not really committing to going here. What the heck, Reynor? I feel like he's had enough to go for a minute. What is he waiting for? 22 more Lings, I guess. There's a drop over here on the left side. She has a 5th base of Reynor. It's probably going to die. Spirit is doing a lot better here. Yeah, hatch down. I don't know. I guess... Spirit did get his hatch kill early on. It was the later game that was the problem for him after I talked about how good he was at late game. Reynor took personal offense to me saying that, I believe. Ah, see, Spirit, not perfect on his pickups. The super elite of the elite Terran players are, and it's very rare to get a group of dudes like that killed by Lings and Banes when there are medevacs overhead. It's tough to do. Very frustrating as a Zerg player, but I don't know. It's the skill, right? It's a skill, so you have to respect it. The Terrans that are good at it, it's not that easy. Yeah, look, man, if your Marines fighting Queens with tank support, you got to feel pretty good about that. More tanks on the high ground. This little contain has been here way longer than I thought it would. All right, so finally, Reynor comes from the south, comes from the left side, which is the west. And everything dies, and that's the end of this contain. Now, oh, hang on. What? Never mind. Tank positioning too good. 20 kills on that siege tank. Suddenly, Spirit's position is still good. Where did that tank go? Oh, it's still back there. Okay. Liberators setting up. Oh my gosh, shots on the Queens. So good. No, Queen's dying. Transfuses keeping them alive for the most part here. But, another Queen catches a Liberator shot. Oh, that's fire too, right. And this hatch is going to die. These groups, their medevac died to that spore, but no, another hatch down. Spirit. Spiriting is putting in some work here. Holy crap, dude. How? Alright, this is amazing. Spirit hasn't lost a base yet. He's killed 2 of Reynor's counterattack. Creep Tumor Supply Depot. Get out of here. Advanced Notice is not cool. No Banelings for those SCVs, so most of them get on out. Trying to drop inside the main base. There's a lot of Lings and Banes, and there's Vipers here. And you parasitic bombed that dude, and you're going to abduct it into a spore. You're going to try to anyway. Or just... Did you double parasitic bomb a medevac that was on like 10 HP? Alright. Seems like a bit of a waste. Maybe a bit of a mistake there from Reynor, but it's alright. You get more energy from sucking it off of the HP of buildings. Don't ya know? Don't ya rightly know? Lads and laddies. Let's see if Spirit can get into his nukes. There's your Ghost Academy. So the timing here at about 11.5 minutes, 11:45. These aren't Adrenalings yet, but that's okay. Viper sucking energy off of that Hive. Can be a little bit dangerous because drops in your main. Sniping off your Hive is not something that you, not something you want to happen. Top right coming up from Spirit. Yeah, Liberator's getting picked off. And I don't know about this, man. I think Reynor's taken some hits, but he's rebuilding. He's recovering. He's starting to look like the Zerg we saw in game number 1 of our sneaky twofer here. The good news for Spirit is he's all up this right side, man. Liberators, siege tanks. He's got his turrets up now. He was trying to build those in previous attacks that did not go well for him. Having them is nice because they really get rid of the Vipers pretty quickly. And sure, you can take them down with Lings and Banes, but those are fewer Lings and Banes you have to get rid of, you know, the siege tanks and the Marines that are waiting behind. More ghosts in production. Gotta watch that production tab for nukes, viewers. Spot them for me. Of course, this isn't live, so that doesn't really matter, does it? Here comes a swarm. Lings, Banes. That ghost is dead. This group is doing all right. Nice target fire on those Banelings. That was pretty good by Spirit, but he doesn't want to target fire like 8 Banelings, so they explode on some supply depots, which is not exactly what you're looking for. Viking was hunting overlords, gets wiped out. These Zerglings trying to get into the natural base. They are actually going to get through this wall. Yep. Not enough Zerglings left to actually do anything once the wall was dead, but they got through there. More Lings, more Banes, +3 melee attack coming in from Reynor. Remember when I was like, the upgrades indicate ultras, or, you know, just a ton of Lings and Banelings? Sure. Why not? Dude, Reynor has this little 630 base down here. Ugh. It's looking dicey. Advanced ballistics. We got more and more orbitals in production here, so you need fewer SCVs. So if you want to do a style I haven't seen in a while in TVZs is just sacking a ton of your SCVs. Oh my gosh, the Hive. Remember when I was like, the Hive getting... Oh my gosh, HP sucked off of it makes it more vulnerable to drop attacks, and there it goes. The Hive is gone. Holy crap, Spirit. Nice snipe. He's got to rebuild that tech all the way from ground zero. Yep, he's already upgrading his natural to a lair. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I haven't cast a game like this in a while. Innovation's big into it. Morrow's big into it. Where you just sack a ton of your SCVs. You're down to like 20 SCVs. You use mules, right, for all your mineral income. Ah, big Ling Bane attack into the third. Blinding Cloud getting tossed down willy-nilly. 2 SCVs die. Good SCV evacuation there. Nice lift on the orbital. No, that did not go as well for Reynor as I think he wanted it to. Plus, he's going to lose another hatch here. Got to cancel on this base. Got to kill on this base. So what that means, back to the original point, as Reynor retreats, is that the Terran has a bigger army. A significantly bigger army value than the Zerg does, because the Zerg can't just sacrifice a ton of their drones and get income other ways, right? In fact, they have to sacrifice drones to get static defense and then replace those drones. So, as far as the workers go, much better to be an SCV than to be a drone in this game. Spirit trying to land in a questionable position immediately lifts off as Reynor is here. But again, advanced notice is so important, and the positioning is good enough. that Reynor's got to retreat again. Reynor trying to expand down this way. I do love maps where there's a place to expand in this bottom left corner where it's just outside of your enemy's third, and it turns into a ginormous battle in this area. There have been a few maps over the years where this has been an option. Not all maps, and not super frequently, but dude, this Banshee's dead, but she's got 12 kills. Not bad. 12 kills, I think, is paid. Paid for herself there. Way to go, Banshee. Your friend died early. She got the early kills. You got the later kills. Remember when her friend died and this Banshee had 0 kills? She got 12 after that. After the death of her friend, she got 12. That's fantastic. I don't know what was down here, but it's dead now. Oh, there's a Liberator down here. Got 5 kills. Gosh, this base is dying again. Spirit! Spirit is being so active with his Marines here. He really wants to land down here at this 530 spot, but Reynor's like, nah. How about no? Cancel, lift. By that I mean just let it die without canceling or lifting. All right. Some mules died there too. Not ideal scenario. Queen's killing a command center trying to expand you down here. Bad. Really, really bad. There is a nuke. There is a nuke available for Spirit. When's he going to toss that thing down? Another Zergling swarm in. Siege tanks, though, man. They got the upgrades. They got the, by that I mean they don't have any attack upgrades. They have armor. They're working on +1 vehicle. Cool. Like, I might as well. Got 3-3 for my Marines here, so I might as well get vehicle attack upgrades. Reynor throwing himself onto the Terran. No Widow Mines today. Bit interesting, Liberators. But, man, Hydras are so good at just kind of crushing through Liberators, man. But enough Marine tank behind it that Reynor can't bust all the way through, and Reynor falls back again. This Ghost has some plans, but also is attacking stuff, so is totally noticed by Reynor by this point. Like, really should not be able to get a nuke off. Really probably shouldn't even try to get a nuke off. Okay, smart. Didn't try to get a nuke off. Genius. Genius level decision making there. I don't know why I was attacking stuff in the first place. Why announce your intentions like that? Why announce, hey, I'm clear inside your main? So the reason Reynor's really fighting for this base is because it's on the Spirit side of the map, and the longer the game goes on, the more Reynor needs a base on Spirit's side of the map. So he's taking it, he's saturating it, he's mining it as quickly as he can. He doesn't have mules, but he's just fully saturating it. And so that when it inevitably gets taken back by Spirit, the resources will already be taken. Oh my gosh. This is like too big to be covered in one screen almost. Planetary down. Attack down to the south doesn't go as well for Reynor. But he got the planetary, and that's a major, major victory for him. That's why this Terran, as all Terrans do, past the 15-minute mark, just start building command centers en masse. So you can just rebuild them as they die. Ta-da! Replanted back instantly. Zerg players can't do this. It's an advantage the Terran players have, and it's a good one. Every race has their own advantages here. Terran, Zerg, Protoss, right? Lurker aspect. Not Lurker aspect. Lurker Den on the way. I went Brood War on you for a second there. Lurker aspect's an upgrade in Brood War. It was in StarCraft 2 for a minute, too. And they put it on a lair required building. Liberator, 2 kills down to Queens. I think 2 Queens is a pretty fair trade for a Liberator there. Reynor, bulk of the army down here to the south. Really wants to protect this base. See, I think this is where this battle is going to start, right? Nidus network on the way from Reynor. He's like, okay, attacking this head on is not working out super well for me. I'm doing everything right. Blinding Cloud, Parasitic Bombs, Lings and Banes. Nothing for the Ghost to really do. But he's holding anyway. This is frustrating. I'm going to try to Nidus in his main. And here he goes again. Reynor, another big attack into the third base. Trying to spread creep in the middle of the battle, which is absolutely killer. Did not work out for him, though. And, in fact, more tumors are going to die as a result of that attack not going maybe as well as he wanted it to. But, you know, the creep spread out here to the point where the orbital can't quite land until that creep recedes. small attack. Oh my gosh, another hatch down. This one is basically dead. The extractors, well, they're expired bases and about 800 minerals left on this thing. Liberator, man. Dead, but getting the work done. And then Spirit says, while you're busy over there, oh, Spines, not going to be that great against 3/3 Marines and Marauders especially, but they buy time. A Marauder, oh my gosh, the snipe of the Lurker Den is a sick killer move. Spirit, oh, nice. Seismic Spines gets denied and the Lurker Den dies. So it has to be replaced and the upgrade has to be restarted. Absolutely killer. Reynor says 2 can play at that game. Also, he's attacking into the third base. Lift off of the command center. Flee, command center. Flee from this position. And we're just going to launch a nuke on the left side as a Nidus Swarm erupts on the right side from Reynor. Lurkers pouring out in the main base of Spirit, and the nuke is going to land at this 9 o'clock spot. 6 drones die. Lurkers go into town here inside the main base of Spirit. Ghost Academy not getting targeted directly. Academy kind of was, though. The ghosts are like, finally, we have a use. They show up, they chase the Lurkers out, they get them back into the Nidus Swarm, they kill the Nidus Swarm. This guy has got 24 kills. Not bad. Not bad for a ghost and a day's work here. So it's going to come down to this base, I think. If Spirit can take this, he can win this. If Reynor takes it, that gives Reynor a very nice advantage in his ability to win this game. Whether it guarantees a win, I will say no. Oh my gosh, Terry finally died. He's been alive for a while. Big swing up into the 12 o'clock. Planetary down. This is why planetaries maybe aren't, I don't know. Is an orbital just a better idea? You can actually run away with it. But I guess you're forcing the Terran to blow banelings on it and then just replacing it immediately anyway, so who knows? Who knows the logic here? That's right. Get on out. Get on out. Man, I've been watching Yellow Jackets on Showtime recently. Oof. Pretty good. Oh my... Whoa! Tennis if he's died to a Baneling bomb. I haven't seen one of those successful in a hot minute. But yeah, Yellow Jackets is effectively, I think the way I'm describing it is Lost. The evolution of Lost, right? It's a bunch of people, there's a plane crash, the survivors are in the wilderness, stranded from civilization. There's supernatural elements going on. There are flashbacks and flash forwards and stuff. I was a huge Lost fan back in the mid-2000s. It ended poorly, so nobody talks about it anymore, but you know, it was a great show for a while. Anyway, I hope Yellow Jackets doesn't do the same thing. See, I told you, Spirit would come back and take this base. And Reynor's going to come back and try to take this base. Planetary up. No Banelings in your army means Planetary has got a bunch of kills. Uh-oh, continuing to push down here is Spirit. 11 drones have died. Reynor's at 54. See, Spirit's at 33 SCVs. Not replacing him. Another hatch down. This is 9 hatcheries killed. Remember how I always say if you want to win a TVZ against an Elite Zerg player, kill 10 hatcheries. That's it. Kill 10 hatcheries. It sounds simple. Not simple. Really difficult. Man, this orbital is just going to die. No, maybe. Maybe the Hydras have bigger fish to fry. Not anymore, they don't. Oh my gosh. Spirit, kind of rampaging down south. Reynor's like, that looks like a rampage. Couldn't Liberator set up another a scan here would do so much work. You have 1 billion orbitals. Throw down. He doesn't have any scans available on those guys anyway. He's just fighting on creep is all. Oh my gosh. There's 37 drones at this base. Get out of there, drones. Okay, they evacuate. Nothing bad happens to them there. This Planetary's casually got 21 kills. Lurker's trying to deal with this. The ghosts say no. Spirit feeling pretty good right now. He's up 191 to 170 supply. This hatch is gonna... I don't know. There's not enough DPS actually on it. There we go. Now there's enough DPS on it to die. Yeah, so Spirit takes this base, but it's already been kind of picked clean by the Zerg player, right? That's the whole idea. Nobody's got this base, but Reynor is long-distance mining from it. Ling, Bane, Lurker, Hydra, coming in. He can fight on creep. That's so nice for Reynor. This is why I really would have liked to see Spirit clear that creep out. It would have been so easy. 1 scan, maybe 2, but then everything dies. Would have everything died anyway? Maybe. maybe everything would have died anyway. Actually, Spear's been replacing his SCVs. He's back up to 55. The heck, dude? Just use your mules. I guess scans are sort of required when your opponent is tossing lurkers at you like this. I get it. I do. Oh, siege tank harass of a long-distance mining drone line. Feared. Alright, and secret base. This is gonna die. Way too many lurkers here, man. So this is a very fought over position when there's a position like this on these maps. 18 SCVs died during the battle. Little snipey snipe and whoa! Reynor, GG's out and Spirit's your winner. What? Wait, how's Reynor down to 60 supply? What happened? Hang on. What? I guess Spirits had like a 40 supply lead for the last couple minutes? Dude, Reynor never got this base. What did I say about this base being key? It was key. It's another example of a Terran player tapping out after an attack works, kind of. But then they just don't have any money to remax, and that's it. Holy crap, Spirit just took down Reynor. So 168 to 117 supply here. Yes, he takes the Planetary down. Planetary is not racking up kills. He's got one. Well, if the ghosts show up. A lot of ghosts are dying based on the sounds there. But yeah, it's like the first major snipe attack of the entire game. And no, Reynor's like, all right, GG done. That's it, man. Wow. And like, you probably know this already, but that was game 5 of a 5-game best of series. And Spirit took Reynor down in this. So Spirit knocked Reynor out of ESL Summer European Qualifier. Absolutely insane. And on an attack, but he's got 19 army value left. He has 43 minerals in the bank. He's lost 11 hatcheries and a hive. He has no active bases. None. That little rampage on the south was amazing. The long distance mining kind of got shut down. 37 SCVs or drones died. 78 SCVs died though, man. I mean, Reynor did his work. He killed an orbital 3 planetaries and a command center today, and 29 siege tanks and 16 ghosts. Rampage. Like, both players lost a ton, but Reynor losing 69,000 resources to 53,000 for Spirit is just way too much to overcome. 1,129 lings died, which is a massive number of lings. 27-minute game, though. It makes sense. Like, that really tracks. That Reynor made that many lings, and incredible. I'm almost flabbergasted here by how Spirit was able to pull this off. I mean, it didn't look, right? It didn't look like Spirit was kicking butt and taking names, although that attack down the south, that was it. He finally showed up around 24 minutes, made that attack happen. The snipe of the hive was okay. It kind of slowed down Reynor's ability to get back up into lurkers, but he figured it out. Reynor ate a nuke. The lurker Nidus attack really only took down an armory, I think. Maybe a couple SCVs, but that's about it. So just winning many attacks here. Turtle, turtle, turtle. One major attack, and then have Reynor run out of cash, attacking you over and over and over again. And have him tap out. Amazing. Like, really, 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 really impressive stuff there from Spirit. And to take Reynor out in a best of 5 as well. Awesome. This dude, is he the next great Terran out of Europe? Maybe he is. All right, neat. So that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.